Good afternoon and happy Friday. Okay, so this week I wanted to take a pause from the health/fit tip videos and the workout videos and just kind of retouch on the first video that I made about why I'm here. So this video is dedicated to my journey of how I got to where I am now and my mission. So this is kind of inspired by a couple of conversations that I've had with people in the past couple weeks. So I love a compliment as much as the next person, but to be honest, when people just assume that I've always just been in this kind of shape that I'm in, I feel like people don't believe that they can be a better version of themselves. People are quick to write off why they aren't in a healthier situation with tons of excuses, whether it be age, how many kids they've had, work schedule, school, family stuff. I get it. It's hard. But I will say, I do think it's possible to make some changes no matter what your current living situation or lifestyle around you may be. I want to preface with healthy looks different for everybody. So just because of what someone looks like on the outside doesn't mean they're healthy, even if you think they look like they are. And even if someone looks unhealthy to you, that doesn't mean that they are unhealthy. So let me get into things a little bit more. And I'm sure, as always, I'll have some filler things to say. So let's backtrack a little bit. My fitness journey is really only 7 years long. I just want to make it clear that I wasn't always this way. So before 7 years ago is where I'm going to start. I never played a sport. I didn't even watch them. I didn't even understand football and what was going on until about a year ago, thanks to my boyfriend. I sat out in gym class as much as possible. My grade was a C. And literally all you need for an A is to participate. So that says a lot. I do kind of think that working out has always been in my blood, but only because in the 5th grade, I wanted so badly to beat all of the boys in arm wrestling. So I guess it's always been simmering deep down inside somewhere. After the high school time frame, I tried to go for jogs. Rarely, but I did try with a good friend of mine. I despised it. That was around age 19. Also, after high school, I moved to the Poconos with my dad, and I would occasionally work out with him when he went to the gym or sometimes when he did a workout at home. And honestly, I loved it. He was hardcore, and I loved that being sore feeling, but I still didn't quite love it enough to get hooked on it. So creeping into my 20s, I became more interested in changing my lifestyle. My life was changing, new scenery, I moved back to my hometown. So I started trying to find an inspirational female fitness role model. To be honest, this was really hard for me. I felt like a lot of the bodybuilder, bikini competition women that I was coming across just didn't seem very down to earth, or I like seeing stories. I want to know someone's story and how they got somewhere, why they do what they do. I wanted someone real. So eventually, after time on Instagram, I came across Sarah Bomar, who, if you don't already follow, you should go check her out. Her and her husband are the real deal. So I started trying her workouts that she would post on Instagram. I kept up with it for a while and started seeing changes, and from there I was hooked. The next thing I found was an ebook that went on sale for $10 by Sophie Gray, and it was high intensity interval training workouts, HIIT workouts. All body weight. They had 3 levels of books. They had a beginner, moderate, and advanced, I would assume. I don't remember the names. I bought the moderate because I figure I am in the middle. You know, I didn't just start out, but I am still kind of new to it. They were all body weight, things I could do anywhere. So I gave it a shot and definitely noticed changes. I was losing weight. Mind you, I still was not quite on track with my food yet. I started to make some changes or trying to be healthier about my options, but this is strictly working out. Started seeing changes and I loved it. Hence why I am big on HIIT workouts now. As I learned different styles of training and different exercises, I started to just kind of pick and choose and put my own workouts together based off of what I liked and what felt good while doing it. And it's all uphill from there. So let's talk about school just for a second. I actually originally started as a psychology major at my community college. I've always wanted to help people. A couple semesters in, I realized that 8 years of school wasn't really my thing. I've never been a bookworm. I've never loved school. So I took a look at the other majors that my school offered to see what kind of fit into what I enjoy. So from there, I established that they have an exercise science major, and I was sold. My plan was a 2-year degree, and then you finish with taking your personal trainer certification exam by the ACSM, American College of Sports Medicine. I took a shot and I loved it. I've never loved school ever in my life, never wanted to go to college. So finding a niche for me was a great feeling, and I never thought it was possible. I had a really incredible professor. I had the same professor for like 4 or 5 classes because it's such a small program, and she was great. My classes were small, so that made it even better. We had a close-knit group, so we really got to know each other and be able to work well together. The more I learned, the more my passion grew for my personal goals and also career-wise. My dad had already been a certified personal trainer through NASM, National Academy of Sports Medicine, and created a business out of his passion, Train Hard, Live Happy. So we had dreamed of having a gym together one day. So 2 years of school goes by. Sadly, my dad passed away. Not gonna cry. A couple weeks before I was scheduled to take my certification exam, and nothing has ever crushed me so hard. My professor had offered to help me schedule a later exam, but I declined. I knew that if there was anything that was best for me to do at this time, it was to push through and take the exam. I studied my butt off, and I passed, and I cried. It's been 3 years since I got certified, and in those 3 years, I came from working 4 jobs. I worked at Giant, Planet Fitness, a Y, and a PT clinic all at the same time while going to school. Because, side note, I started PTA school and decided against it. I slowly quit, 1 job at a time, until I was left with only the PT clinic full-time. A year and a half of working at the PT clinic, which I loved, but unfortunately I started getting pushed into mostly admin work and spending 12-hour shifts behind a desk, and I knew that I had to change something. I was put in touch, thanks to my previous professor, with a lady running her own personal training business out of my area. I ended up working for her for almost a year and a half, and then I decided it was ready for the next step. Maybe it was my quarter of a life crisis kicking in, but I realized I was letting my dream get covered in dust. So, yet again, I took a leap of faith to start my own business. It was horrifying, and I had expected to pick up hours at the PT clinic part-time, at least until I got my feet off the ground. But I was very thankful to be able to continue personal training full-time with no lapse in business, and was able to quite quickly pick up clientele to pursue my dream. Shout out to my wonderful clients who made this possible. So as of May 1st, 2019, Train Hard, Live Happy was recovered and turned into an LLC for Pennsylvania, and I am forever grateful. I could not have done this without the support of my family, my boyfriend, my friends, and my wonderful clients. You all are the reason that Train Hard, Live Happy could happen. So I wanted to tell you this for a few reasons. 1, I think it's important for people to understand where a small business started from. Each one has a story, and I wanted to share mine. 2, Train Hard, Live Happy is not just a business to me. It is the way that I can help people become a healthier version of themselves as I was able to do for myself. 3, reaching your goals is about creating lifestyle changes. I want to help people establish what that looks like for them. 4, I wanted to share where I came from, because whether people have known me forever or are just meeting me, I want to show people that I had a before. I was not birthed this way. I used to eat like crap all the time, and I wasn't always active. The changes that I've made to my lifestyle weren't always easy, and I still give in to cravings, and I still have lazy days where I don't want to move. But I've adapted to a new way of life over the last 7 years that makes me feel better mentally and physically. And because I love those changes and how I feel, I could never go back to living the way that I used to live. I thoroughly enjoy a healthier lifestyle, and I still get to eat cookies, donuts, and ice cream. Not because I'm lucky or because I'm young. It's because I take care of my body 80% of the time and then splurge 20% of the time. I always think it's funny because people will argue, no, it is because you're young. However, when I was even younger, 7 years ago, I looked like this rather than this. So, lastly, my mission. I strongly believe that there is a unique way for everyone to live a healthier lifestyle. It just takes experimenting. You shouldn't try to live like someone else. You need to find your own way to what healthier looks like for you. Diets create temporary results. Sustainable lifestyle changes create forever results. What I mean is you don't need to drastically change everything about what you're doing and not doing all at once. Make slow and steady changes. Appreciate the slow and steady results, and you will be successful. Okay, so that was half a rant and half advice. The one thing that truly fires me up as a personal trainer is people think we don't mess up. We're living perfect lives of eating the healthiest things in existence and working out nonstop. Or they assume we just have great genetics, are lucky, and don't have to watch what we eat. All of those things are completely incorrect. Changing your body is a science, and it is possible no matter your age. It won't look the same as it will for other people. Your body changing will not look like their body changing. Okay, I'm gonna get off my pedestal. I just had to make a video about this because I get asked about it, told about it, whatever you want to call it, all the time. Stop making excuses and start making changes. All right, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the comments below. Please follow along on social media. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Anything you can do to help is a huge help. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.